Good morning, Chantilly. I'm Steve Kim.
And I'm Peyton Gary. Today is Tuesday, April 27th, 2021.
And here are your morning announcements.
Today is an A-Day with Advisory and LS2.
This week is Staff Appreciation Week. Advisory teachers, after watching the nightly news, please take a moment to have your students visit their grade level Google Classroom and fill out a survey. The PTSA is asking that you nominate someone that has influenced you the most, someone you admire, or someone who you think is a great member of the Chantilly family. Your vote will give that staff member an opportunity to win a prize donated by someone in the Chantilly High School community. Voting will take place from April 20th to the 23rd.
Boys soccer plays at home versus Marshall today. JV at 5:45, varsity at 7:15.
Girls soccer plays away versus Marshall today. JV at 5:45, varsity at 7:15.
Varsity softball plays at home versus Lake Braddock today at 6:30. JV softball plays away versus Lake Braddock today at 6:30.
Varsity baseball plays at home versus Fairfax today at 6:30. JV baseball plays away versus Fairfax today at 6:30.
Congratulations to the debate team on winning the VHSL State Championship.
BSA is a club at Chantilly. Some of the students in the club planned and held a silent protest at the school on April 19th. Saria interviewed the students to hear why they planned it and what their goal was.
Black Student Association made their voices heard by successfully planning a protest. Both students and faculty came together with one common goal. Here's some more information about how the protest went and how you can become more involved in future events.
So the purpose of the protest was to protest against incidents of police brutality and all racially motivated violence against Black individuals in America.
Just to allow Black students to speak their mind and let them be a part of their community and speak words into their community that they wanted to be heard.
The protest was held at the front of Chantilly High School, and we protested from the entrance of Chantilly High School all the way down to Lee Jackson Memorial Highway, where we stood there in front of numerous cars and we protested.
And the goal of the protest definitely was fulfilled, to get that Black student voice out there and be outside in our community and let them know what we are and what we stand for.
So I think the protest went all right. We had, I think, like 8 to 10 people that came, which I think for our very first protest was a pretty good number.
BSA students attended this protest. Administrators and counselors also attended this protest.
I think we definitely had really good signs there. The voices, they were great. We were loud. We were energized. We were excited, and we were happy to be there. And I think the goal of the protest fulfilled. This was kind of last minute due to the fact that we were supposed to have it 2 months before, but we had a lot of rainy days, snow days that prevented us from doing it. So for a last minute protest, I think it went pretty well. We do have a Black Student Association Instagram account. It's called Chantilly BSA, and it is led by the students themselves, and that's where you can get all the updates for our meetings, when we're going to have our next protest, just general information about the Black community and Black histories.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Be sure to check out the Black Student Association Instagram for updates and future events. This has been Jenna Body and Zaria Stovall for the Nightly News, signing off for the last time. Now back to you.
Ever since COVID struck, many facilities here at Chantilly have shut down, but now the library and innovation lab are back up and accepting in-person students.
Hey there, Chargers! Recently, the library and the Innovation Lab have been open to students in person. Let's see what the librarians and Mr. Timothy have to say.
We're a fun place. This is still available for you if you need a place to just study. We're a place where you can still meet with your friends, again, following the 6-foot situation, but we've made that easy for you to do. We're open before school. We're open for a short period after school. But we're still here if you are a reader, or if you were just looking for a place to be for a moment that's a little different, you can still check us out. We have been officially marked off as one of the better examples of what to do with COVID and how to function, and it's only because we have the space to do it that way. Our capacity in this room is pretty much around the 200 mark right about now, and so we could not have that many students in this room at all. So we could only go down to what we could actually hold, so that was for every table, one person. So we're down to a capacity of 60 individuals per time period in the library.
Welcome to the Innovation Lab. We are open now 7:45 to 315. We are still running all the same stations as we were last year. We have 3D printing, 3D scanning, VR, engineering applications, Vex robotics, take-apart station, and video production. 3D printing is available for all students online and in school. The only applications that are allowed for online students is that 3D printing, but everything else is available for all students that are in the school. Thank you for joining us in the Innovation Lab. I hope you all have a safe and wonderful rest of the year.
All right, Charger, this has been Wasim Shakir for the Nightly News. Now, back to you.
In the fall of 2021, there will be 2 new electives coming to Chantilly, African American Studies and Combating Intolerance. Let's hear more about them.
Here is some insight from the teachers and students about these new courses.
Combating intolerance is definitely going to be really different from other electives I've taken, because from what I understand, it's going to be less of a traditional lecture and note-taking class and more of a discussion-based class where we learn about current social issues and we also discuss them with our peers.
I think that this course is really relevant to what's going on in our world right now regarding racial issues, political disagreements, and pretty much everything that you've been hearing in the news.
I'm going to get to teach combating intolerance this year. And in this class, we're going to look at some of the fundamental issues that are facing a society like ours, right? A diverse and democratic society.
African American history course to be taught by Mr. Mark Matthey. A lot of the work that we've done this year as a community to examine within our own school that sometimes impact upon members of our community in terms of around race and equity and justice and diversity. So offering these 2 courses is timely and relevant and allows our students to access curriculum.
We'll look at social issues, pressing social issues, such as racism and sexism and ableism and LGBTQ plus issues and so on.
The best takeaway for anyone who's interested is probably that wherever you're at right now, you're going to learn a lot from taking a class, whether it's just about the social issues themselves or if it's about yourself and some biases that you might not even know you had.
Obviously, being educated on all of these issues that we discuss in class and being able to communicate those issues in a way that's mature and effective that won't just cause conflict.
I truly believe this class will impact you for the rest of your life. I don't believe that anyone could take this class and not grow from it. And I think that this class will make all of us, teacher and students alike, better people.
Make sure to check out these new classes. This has been Miranda Conroy and Alex Bond for the Nightly News. Now back to you.
With new variants of COVID-19 and the pandemic still going strong, it is more important than ever to be vigilant regarding the health of our students. Our clinic has adapted to the pandemic with the creation of the care room and additional healthcare procedures. Here's more about this from our clinic supervisor.
I'm Dr. Hogan and I work here at Chantilly. I'm in Sub-School 1, but I also supervise directly our clinic. And some of the questions that we were asked about what is the difference with our clinic compared to our care room, I just wanted to share some general information. The care room was established for, of course, our COVID supervision. Any student who may have showing signs of COVID or we're not sure, they are sent there, an administrator will escort them to the care room. So they're taken care of, a contact with the parents, and that's where they will stay until their parent does come and pick them up, and then they're assessed by their healthcare provider, and then they can return to school. Clinic is where we'll have just a student who may not feel well. Many times we have daily medications. But the care room is more particular, especially with our response to COVID in Fairfax County. Both of them have, access to a restroom. A student can always use the phone if they need to call home. We have direct supervision by administrators in the care room and by our health aide and our school nurse in the clinic. Some of the things that you need to be aware of, that they are monitoring symptoms for COVID. The student talks about they have a fever or they are feeling feverish. The temperature of 100.4 and above, that's where we are concerned. A headache, a new cough or shortness of breath, also a new sore throat or congestion and a runny nose. If those symptoms do become pronounced during the day at school, Ms. Nolf will let one of the administrators know, and we will meet the student, take them to our care room, and we'll make sure that we contact the parent.
Due to privacy concerns, we were not able to record or interview any students that have been in the care room. Either way, I'm Pankaj Rapuru for the Nightly News. Now back to you.
Well, that's all we have for you today, Chantilly. This has been Steve Kim
and Peyton Gary, reminding you to stay positive, stay safe, and have a great day.
And we'll see you never.